Good morning. Good Thursday morning, everybody. Good Thursday morning. How are you? Dimples J. Takachi Williams. How are you guys doing this morning? How are you guys doing this morning? Good morning, Lucky Charms. You guys are in this morning. Bright and early. Hit that like button as you're coming in, please. Definitely need a hit on that like button, y'all. Definitely need. Let me go ahead and yours truly. How are you, Barbara Taylor? How are you? Let me go ahead and set this up right quick because okay. So I have it set up where you have to subscribe to make a comment. I would like you all to, if you're coming in and you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe and sit around for about at least 5 minutes. So if you want to comment, you can comment. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe. It doesn't cause you to have to say you have to watch, but it does add to the subscription value. And if you ever want to come back, at least it'll be there, and it'll help the content creator. So as you're coming in, please hit the subscription button, double tap the screen to hit the like button, or reach up in your corner. However you got your phone set up, if you still have to reach up in the right corner to hit those three lines, hit the like button, do that. Or just double tap that screen, reach it over there and hit that double tap that screen. Hopefully I have 18. So if I got 18, 9 sounds good. Until we get to the 18, let's try to do at least half of what I have. Um, so I appreciate that, guys. Appreciate you hitting the like button. Early this morning, a lot going on. Happy to be here. Grateful and thankful as well for a beautiful day, another day. Whether it's raining, whether it's snowing, we still are grateful to the day because He did it and He didn't have to. But give glory to God today, and that's what I do. So y'all, do your thing, do what y'all do this morning. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. 1811. All right. I appreciate that, guy. Morning, yours truly. Y'all, Vicky Gail Harris, good morning. Good morning. Lovely Bones, good morning. How are ya? Tilo, good morning. How you doing this morning? Indy Gal, what's going on? Good morning. Lucky Charms. Everybody's coming in. I appreciate that, guys. Tilo, Indy Gal, Lovely Bones, Vicky Gail Harris, Double Tap, Rose Felder. Good morning. Yours truly. Good morning. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Let's get busy. Right? Let's get busy. Let's get busy. I'm only here for just a few. Hopefully, no 2 hour sessions today. Hopefully, I'll get about 30 minutes as I get prepared for today. Um, oh, let me find something here right quick, guys. Let me grab this here. Yeah, so good morning, Rosefelder. How are you this morning? Everybody getting their hellos in. I hope everybody's well. Hope your family is well as well. I hope your family is well. I hope you are well. I hope things are going great for you today. And if not, hey, let's change that around, okay? How we look at the day will determine the outcome. If things are getting a little tough this morning, just know it'll get better. Hey, Indigo says, good morning, Justice. And Chad, I'm working and listening, not watching the chat. That's okay, but good morning to you. I'm good, just got off. Okay, doing that overnight thing. Ooh, that's not for me, y'all. I promise you, overnight is not for me. Overnight, I can't do it, y'all. I never could do it. I had to at one point when I was in law enforcement. I had to work overnights. Uh, But Lord, if I ever had a choice, no, no, mm-mm. Me and overnights, my body don't work overnights. So more power to you, Rose Felder, doing that overnight. Um, yeah. Um, I'm gonna tell you something, guys. I found something out that a oil that I've been using sometimes for leg pain. I told you I had some nerve issues with my leg, start primarily because of the nerve that was pinched during my surgery, and I never recovered. But I found out not only using what is the name of the powder? The name of the root powder. Um, what's the name of the root powder I use? Uh, do, 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 do. Why is it leaving my name mind right now? Well, I'll get back to it. But castor oil helps with nerve pain. Castor oil. Anybody knew that? Some good castor oil rubbed on the leg after, after a shower. Rub it on your legs. Castor oil. The oil that everybody gave you when you were a child for everything. Yeah, castor oil still works like that. It works. I mean, you can rub it on your leg, and heck, it does a pretty good job. Jeez, I used it on my leg because my dad got some the other day, and my dad has restless leg syndrome, and so he applied it to his leg, and he said, "Wow, it worked." I said, "Let me try it," and let me tell you something, guys, it does work. Um, well, it's turmeric. That's the name I want to talk about. Turmeric. So yeah, that's good as well. Turmeric capsules. But let's get started. 47 people in here. So let's get started. Um, YSL. Man, the YSL debacle trial continues, y'all. They have now a they have now got a third judge. Judge Whitaker is now assigned to the case because, as you know, Judge Glanville was recused by Judge Cross. So he was recused, and then they added, I believe her name, if I'm correct, the second judge was her name Stanley. It was the second judge name, uh, and she recused herself. And the thing about it, she recused herself because her deputy, her court deputy, was arrested for being in a relationship with of the um, one of the defendants, Espinger. I think how you pronounce his name, Espinger. Well, her court deputy was in a relationship and with a court deputy, and he was actually Eppinger, the defendant, was actually using his attorney's computer to communicate with the deputy. So the deputy was arrested, of course. She was arrested. And so this judge who recused herself felt it necessary because she wanted, to keep the integrity of the case because this case is involving YSL. Good morning, Mother Dora One, Sharon Ross. Yeah, and Nanya Dice DC. Good morning. So, yeah, so they got a third judge now, and that's Whitaker. And wow, this is a mistrial in the making, right? They got a jury that's been sitting out more than a month now, waiting. Not, I don't know if the jury knows what's going on. They probably do by this time, and they probably may not be. the jury for the trial right now. This jury has been sitting for months, and now to come back in and realize that they may have to hear this case over again. Um, uh, I don't know what this jury is going to do. I mean, what can they do? They may have to bring in a whole new jury based on what Glenville did, and leaving it to the defendant's attorney based on the actions of the state, which is 88 Love and 88 Hamilton. They're the one that started this mess when they went into ex parte when they shouldn't have even introduced the ex parte meeting. So you still got two ADAs that could also be removed from the case. Once that happened, that's probably going to shut the whole thing is going to be dismissed. Not only a mistrial, but the whole case can be dismissed against them. And that'll be the end of that case. That'll be the end of that case. So what's going to happen? I don't know, y'all. But it's not looking like this case got any footing right now. It doesn't look like you're talking about bringing in a whole new jury. You're talking about having to, what are we going to do? We question Woody again? Put Woody back on the stand, do the same thing over again? And then you're still dealing with the same attorneys, state attorneys that caused this debacle, that put this thing in motion. So um, I know definitely one attorney, as soon as this thing gets started, they're all going to be motioning for a mistrial. We know that for a fact. That they're already signaling. They're already signaling that they're going for a mistrial. So, and with that, I believe this case is going to be thrown out of the courtroom altogether. So that's just my opinion. I could be wrong, but based on listening to some of the other attorneys, real attorneys, I'm not an attorney, y'all, but just listening to other attorneys and getting a general consensus of how all these attorneys on the attorneys like lead attorney, and then you got Cuckboy is not an attorney, but he follows these cases and he have attorneys on his show, and then there's a couple other attorneys that have shows as well, and they're all saying signaling that this is a no go trial. This trial, no judge, none of the judge really wants it, right? Because it's all messed up already. You got to undo all this madness that Glenville and Love and Hamilton did. I mean, how are you going to undo all this madness? You can't unhear anything. You definitely cannot unhear anything. How are you going to unhear all the things the jury already heard? So what are you going to do? The jury heard things already. What are you going? How are you going to do How are you going to do this again, and without having to reseat the jury and get new jurors and bring Woody back? And we know now Woody is a hostile witness. Who's the state going to bring in? Um, so this is quite a shit show, and one of the most costly shit show in Georgia history, Fulton County. So, or maybe Fulton County history. Maybe not only Fulton County, but Georgia history. Hey, good morning, Vale. How are you? So that's what's going on this morning. Let me see what we got here. As I'm talking to you guys, guys, I try to fact check um, as I'm talking now. Try to do a lot of fact checking, making sure I have something to support what I'm saying as much as possible. And and like I said, this is entertainment purposes. As we talk about these things. Um, so third judge named in. Learn about crypto. Okay, let's go back down. Third judge named in this trial. So yeah, that's crazy, right? So that's what I want to come in this with this morning. Anybody paying attention to the case? Anybody actually stole interested in the case. Anybody watching? Anybody interested? Just wondering, can the defendant sue the state accused of the way this was handled? Nope. They're not going to. This is things that actually happen. I don't think any of the defendants can sue the state. There is no results yet. That's why you have the judges making all the the attorneys making all these motions. Only thing is, your attorney got to do a damn good job. There is, there's nothing now. Now, I don't think there's no injury to any of the defendants other than people interpreting the law, right? You got people citing cases, and then you got the interpretation of what they're citing. And this is why you have so many. This is why you have Judge Glenville, and this is why you have ADL. This is why you have juries, a trial, because uh, everybody's taking citing cases, and we can see that they can cite the wrong cases, like Judge Glenville, like and Attorney Hilton. When there's and you see this happen before when people making motions and they're citing their interpretation of what they're citing is wrong. Uh, they interpret it. They try to make the base argument for their case, right? They're trying to make the best argument by citing cases, and for some reason, for either intentionally or not understanding, they're not able to, you know, cite the correct case when they're making these motions. And so it's up to the defendant's attorney to catch this and object and then cite the reason why that's not an that case does not work like that. Remember, they cited one of Steele's cases and was wrong. Steele said no. No, it wasn't Steele. It was another defendant's attorney that recognized that Hilton cited Steele's one of Steele's cases, and it was incorrect. He started laughing because he knew that was Brian Steele's case, and she had cited it incorrectly and trying to make an argument. Um, that's what they're looking for, Vale. This they will have to probably. I don't know how they're going to start over. The mistrial that means bringing in more juror. So if they want to, I don't know how it's going to survive this because you're going to have to reseat the jury. You're going to have to bring Woody back in, bring everybody back in. You got to take down two. What is it? A year or two now of trial. Nah, this is a mistrial and probably a dismissal all in the working. Let's see how corrupt Fulton County is, how bad they want YSL. This is going to determine how much more money they want to spend on this. This is a sinkhole right now. So it has to. Is Fulton County willing to continue this debacle? You got a third judge now being seated. The second judge, you got Glenville, who started this madness, and nobody could understand why. And then you have the second judge, uh, that uh, that that just recused herself. Now you got a third judge seated, and she don't. She who knows? Because these people are not volunteering. These judges are not jumping up volunteering for this case. They're being assigned. The computer is generating their name. So they're not like, pick me, let me be the judge. That ain't how that working. That's just being thrown at them. And then you got judges, as they're saying, setting their recusal up right now. They don't want to spend the next 15 to 20 years on this case. I'm not saying it's going to take that long. But you're not going, there's no judge wanting and waiting and baiting with bated breath for this case, right? So this computer is generating these names, and they're like, "Oh my God!" You can see these judges. Don't pick me, please don't pick me, please don't pick me. You know what I'm saying? You got these judges like, "Don't pick me, please, computer, don't pick me." Um, so that is what is happening, and it is crazy. It is crazy, but it's interesting. Because what I really did want to see, y'all, and this is the one thing that I want to see, is I did want to see Steele cross Woody and have YDS and have Judge Glenville love. I didn't want to see that. Good morning, Victoria Jones. I did want to see Steele cross Woody and also bring Glenville to the stand, because you know he put them both. He did motion and change his witness list, and on his witness list now is Glenville, ADL Harris, ADL Hilton, and ADL Love. I want to see that. And Woody. I want to see him cross Woody. So so you have Fulton County Superior Court Judge Shakura Ingram stated an order of recusal filed Wednesday, less than 24 hours after she was named, stating that her former courthouse deputy had a romantic relationship with one of the co-defendants, Kristen Eppinger. Because of this relationship, Judge Ingram feared it would create an appearance of impropriety. So that's why Judge Ingram removed herself. That was Judge Ingram. So it was Judge Glenville who was made to recuse himself. Then you got Judge Ingram that just stated, "Nah, I can't do this because of my deputy being arrested within this." Who Eppinger is a defendant of the case, being tried separately. Um, According to the order, the former deputy had been assigned to Judge Ingram's courtroom for nearly 6 months before being arrested after investigators discovered her relationship with Eppinger. So you can go to jail for having a relationship with a defendant, somebody that is in state custody, and you're working for the court, because anything could happen. You could set the court up. You could do something to put people's life at jeopardy. So, set up an escape or whatever. While Ingram did not identify the deputy, other court documents have identified her as Akiba Stanley. And she's sitting up here with her picture, big and bright. Eppinger was using his attorney Eric Johnson's computer to communicate with the to communicate, and that relationship was discovered on the computer when they seized the computers. Um, she also visited Eppinger in his jail cell and attempted to smuggle contraband into him. Dang, she went all the way, y'all. So that's the second judge that's recused. Now we got Judge Whitaker. Let's see if Judge Whitaker can survive this one. Survive this case, y'all. Uh, I think, in my opinion, this is a dismissal all day long. I don't see a mistrial in it coming back. I believe it's Steele and the other attorneys can prove that the state was complicit, completely, not only complicit, started it, put the ball in motion for all this to happen, because they had to ask for this meeting, and Judge Granville granted the meeting, and the other things that Steele and other has pointed out about the state. These guys can't get a fair trial within the state of within Fulton County right now. In the Superior Court, these defendants are not going to be able to get a fair trial with these two ADAs sitting on the side of the state. They can't do it. Ain't no way possible. You can see what they're willing to do. You got what looks like coercion. You have the optic of coercion. You have, and optic means everything, right? What looks like, what's visible, what appears. If nobody's going to trust this system, They have taken a bite. And if the people, if I understand, of Fulton County already keep saying that Fulton County's uh, state attorney office is corrupt, the criminal system is corrupt in Fulton County. So how is anybody going to get a fair trial in that court if you still got 88 Love and 88 Hilton willing to break the law, willing to go to that extent? There is no way Brian Steele and the other defendants' attorneys are going to feel that their defendants are going to get due process, right? That's not going to happen. And I know they're going to fight on due process because you cannot infringe on the rights. Everybody has due process. And that's going to help me to segue into the next topic. Y'all ready to change topic? Anybody want to ask any more questions? Defendants, says Vicky Gail Harris. Um, just wondering, can the defendants sue the state? And I don't think they can unless they were already. I don't think they can because a lot of it, if can prove intentional, I don't know. Or was it some of it just in good faith? Because you have people doing things in good faith. And if you're acting in good faith and you're trying to show everything was done in good faith of the law, it's going to be hard to prove in many cases the, then you got defendants, right? A lot of people ain't really wanting to give nobody, no defendants, any money, but they due process. They have a right to sue for due process. And one of the ways to reward them, unfortunately, even if they might be guilty of it, is because of the state failed to do what they were going to do. And now they could be released back into the community, even if they're guilty. And that's not their fault. That is the fault of the state and Judge Glenville. All right. So if these men are released back in the street and their attorney that they paid millions of dollars for did their job, right? They did their job. The state moved around. The state did these things, opening the door for attorneys like Steele, and other defendants' attorney to make these motions and to possibly get their client off of the out of these charges. And I don't think these charges can come back because of double jeopardy. Once they're dismissed and they're found, I don't think they can come back. So what happens to Granville now? He goes off and lick his wounds, and probably retire and not make any noise. They say that he was a great attorney. I mean, a great judge. He was listening to lead, and others, they say they don't know what happened with him. Why did he make these decisions? What was going on? Um, a lot of people don't understand because, like they were saying, lead attorney and others, he was a good judge. What happened? What happened? So he is at retirement age. He's out. I mean, he definitely gets a nice check from the military. I'll tell you that right now. He's a disabled veteran, and he's probably 100% disabled, and so he probably really gets a nice check. And then he is a judge, and he can retire and just go off into the sunset, clickety clack, ride off into the sunset and enjoy the rest of his life. And count this as Glenville, yeah, and count this as a you know, it's not. It doesn't look good. It doesn't make him look good because he was made to recuse himself. Hey, Shonda Thoughts, how are you? He was made to recuse himself. So he didn't even recuse himself. The judge recused him. He wouldn't even step down. So that doesn't look good, right? Because at some point, he should have known that he had nowhere to go. He had nowhere to go because the law in Georgia states that if an attorney makes a motion for a recusal to be heard, motion to be heard by another judge, Judge Glenville had no other choice but to grant that motion. He went above and beyond, not following the law. And the law states in Georgia, I think it might be, I don't want to try, I think it's 25 something, that code, whatever it is, I know it's under the 25 point something, that if a motion is as asked for a judge to be, for a case to be, a judge to be recused, that judge has to, at that point, he has no way out to move that motion forward. He heard it. He heard when they reappealed it. He heard the three reasons that they gave. They gave three. The defendant's attorney met all three requirements for him to move forward on recusing a recusal motion, and he refused. Instead, he decided to argue his case not to be recused, and that is not what the judge should have done. And once he had found that the defendant attorneys had met all three requirements, and we remember what they were, the legality part of it, right? When he had all their paperwork in check, the other I can't recall, y'all, but I know they met all three. But he added a fourth, which allowed him to argue, which is against the Superior Court, against the rules in this case. He had to motion he had to accept that motion at that point and move forward with a judge hearing it, and that's how we get Judge Cross today, because he made them work for it. They remember they went to the Supreme Court, the Georgia Supreme Court. Georgia Supreme Court said to kick it back and say, y'all can't bypass the Georgia Appellate Court. So Steele and all the attorneys went back to the Georgia Appellate Court, and this is when they went back and they had their ducks in a row. And then the Appellate Court appointed Krause, who then heard the case, which we questioned Krause, would she have done it because she was a friend of Glenville. But she did the right thing. She recused him. And now the thing is, now we're working on judge number 3, which is Judge, I believe, is Judge Whitaker. And will she recuse herself, or will the case, once the case restart, will they go ahead and move for mistrial or dismiss this case completely in its entirety? Because if it's a mistrial with the state, based on what the state done, this is a done deal. Ain't no other trial moving on. So we'll see how that mistrial motion goes. But let's move on to my next topic. Let's segue into innocent until proven guilty, right? Innocent till proven guilty. All through this whole sector, I was talking about innocent till proven guilty. And the outcry in this sector was about a content creator's cases, right? We got people got cases, right? And I'm not have to, y'all know what I'm talking about. And yet we have this cry of people saying guilty, 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 guilty. I stand on the point of due process. Innocent until proven guilty. How does that work? How does that work now? Because we have, though they have not been charged with anything, right. Now we have people that have been charged, which is a little bit more step, a little further. But how would that have looked if that particular person was charged with the crime of what we heard? Because it is a crime and it is a felony in the state of California. It is a felony charge because of the amount of the NSFS check. That's a felony in the state of California. All right, certain amounts, anything over $950 presented is a felony. Now, no charges have been brought up. They're given the opportunity to the remedy and pay the people their money, right? But it's still, and over his face, would have been a felony charge. We talk about character. We talk about all this stuff when it comes to anybody on this cat. We questions people character. We questions people integrity. We question whether people are good people or not. And this is why, you know, some, I'm not going to say we all, I can't do that. People have issues and make mistakes. People do things and it's a mistake. Now, why is it being looked on its face like this? Because of the mother, because of the behavior of the daughter, and because of the behavior of the attorney herself. Everybody wants to know why y'all talking about it. Why are you talking about this? Yep, because again, it represents her behavior as an attorney. Okay, it shows again what are you not willing to do? I mean, as a court officer, things happen. I don't know, but you presented a check to the court willingly, knowing, don't know if you knew the money wasn't there and you took a chance. Maybe you were waiting, hoping that some money would come in and how long it would take to get there, because you maybe thought that it wouldn't process for a while. And by the time the 21st got here, uh, the bank would clear it. I don't know. People kite checks all the time thinking, hey, it'll meet my paycheck in the bank. And people don't write check. I don't know. People still write checks, but you know what kiting a check is. You write a check, money's not in the bank, and for some, I don't know. People when they kite, they just know the money in the bank, or maybe they're thinking that their paycheck is going to hit the same time that the check. That's a chance people take. That the paycheck is going to hit the bank the same time, maybe just in time to catch the check. You know, that could have happened. Maybe you thought you could make it until your check get deposited on Friday. I don't know. But I think the issue continues to look at character. I mean, to write a check to the court that you work up. You are part of the court system. Let me say this, you are a court employee. When you are representing yourself as an attorney, you are an employee of that court. You are a court officer. You represent the Superior Court every day, all day long. You represent the courts of California. You represent the Constitution. I believe I believe that you're even, uh, I think I remember you saying that you're able to practice law in the federal court. I believe you were granted, you did get some type of certification or to practice in the federal courts. I believe, and yeah, I believe you're an attorney that now you were an attorney that was able to practice law in the federal court as well. I remember you bragging about that. That now that you can represent yourself in the federal court, in the superior court, right? Is that I believe no, the superior court, that's the state court. Is that the state court? Yeah. Is that the court? The superior court? What is the superior court? I believe, is that the state or county? Let's see. Y'all gotta forgive me. I can't remember. I don't know what the one that is. But I believe you're able to represent yourself in the federal court. That means that you are a court officer. You uphold the laws of the United States. You uphold the laws of the Constitution. You took an oath. And here you are in the courtroom that you just practiced in the courthouse that you just practiced in as an attorney presenting a check. Now, whether your intent was to catch it or not, it don't look good, right? It don't look good. And unfortunately, you know, it's content because you continue. I know you're not coming back out here anymore. I know, but because you know who keeps making you content, she won't shut up about it. I mean, she's able to talk about it, but it does make it content because she continues to talk about it. But she didn't address that fact that you presented a check to the court that did not go through. But yet she came out here and called everybody else failures. She's still calling people failures. And I guess that's her right to think that everybody's a failure. You know, my whole family to her is a failure. So, you know, she still want to come out here and call people failing. But it's time to, we all got to sweep around our front doors. I ain't never said I didn't have to sweep around my front door, but we all can talk, right? It's all what it is. We all got to sweep around our front door every so often. But this is what it is. It's content. And innocent to proven guilty. You're not been charged with anything, y'all. She's not been charged. She's just a person that has to take care of a situation. All right? She's not been charged, but innocent to proven guilty on the face of it. Okay? There's no charges. There's no arrest. But if that situation should have happened, what would have looked like? Because it's still an arrestable charge. I mean situation. If it's not taken care of, they can still charges. They can still bring charges. The this whomever that check was written to, they can still bring charges if it's not remedied in the amount of time it needs to be taken care of. But it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. Hey, Dimple J, it doesn't look good, especially uh, when you just presented a check to the case. And I guess people do get in some trouble where finances may be a problem, and hoping that this check may have been caught by who people may have done it before. Presented a check and hoping that, hey, my paycheck catch it, and your paycheck catches it. Now y'all can shake y'all head. Some of y'all have kited a check before back in the day. Right before you get paid, you sit there on Thursday, write a check to the whatever you're gonna write a check to. If you haven't, come okay. But I'm pretty sure quite a few of us about here have written a check when it was check when they had checks out there. But y'all, ain't writing no check with no 4 or 5, right? And you um then you get paid on Friday. You write the check on Wednesday. Or you may have told somebody, hey, hold this check, don't deposit it in the bank until Friday. Okay? Let's keep it real, right? Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. Ain't I don't think is no it may be people out there that's never done it. Okay. But if you've been in this world long enough, you know somebody that have written a check. Tell them hold this check until Friday. Or you may have written that check on Thursday or Wednesday evening, knowing that check gonna clear your bank account, hopefully praying that, hey, don't hit it before Friday, right? Yeah. So, but in this particular case, uh, no different, I guess. But I guess the behavior and the actions, the y'all behavior and action is what kind of give this a little bit more. I call it juju on it, right? Because it's you guys. It's you guys that come out here and call people failures, and as I've called you a failure, lady over there. Because yeah, but you guys come out here, tell nobody they're no good. They don't have this and they don't have that, and they They're criminals. They're this and they're that. Oh yeah, but that was a criminal act. That was a criminal act. Maybe not. Maybe they won't get arrested, but it definitely was a criminal act, especially at, and it was a felony. A felony. It was a felony in all cases, and it's still a felony until it's taken care of. But it's an act of felonious act. Hey, Hachi, come on in. So it is an act, and I just make that word up, felonious. But I believe no, I believe that's my pad is dead now. I'm using the word felonious, so if it's not there, it sounds good. So it is considered a felony once you present a check that does not get cut and is an NSFS, a non-sufficient fund. It is considered a felony if prosecuted, if charged it will be charged as a felony as well. Now, the thing is it intentional or was it somehow a mistake? You know, so you can grant people out because it could have been a mistake. It could have been a big mistake. Maybe you didn't mean to write it that much. Maybe you meant to write it for $3 or $300 and not $3,000. Tongue in cheek, tongue in cheek. Uh, but things happen. Things happen. But that's to show you again how life can life, lady over there. And nobody is immune to lifing. Put it, they leave it to you. Your entire family is immune to lifing. And that's just something that show you and hopefully humble you. Eventually humble y'all. Eventually humble you. Humble your daughters to understand that life is lifing and people make mistakes, you know. Now, if your daughter is charged, what would you do then? How would you look? Is she innocent to proving guilty? Is she, matter of fact, let's say that she was charged and she is held. Would you be out here yelling innocent to proving guilty? Because I would still say she's innocent to proving guilty. That's why I'm giving so many reasons why. And yeah, she hasn't been charged with anything. She has not been charged with not one thing. Okay? Not charged at all. Um, but the matter of fact is, I guess to be honest, the reason people are talking about it is not because she's not even out here talking. It's you, lady over there. It's you that keep coming out here and putting it in people's face. Your daughter better than everybody. Nobody could be your daughter. No, not in this particular situation. I would not want to be your daughter. And I know damn well my dad and my niece and my daughter don't want to be your daughter. No, no. Nobody wants those. Nobody. We have life issues, our own life issues. Why would they want to be somebody else's life issue? Okay, humble thyself. Learn to humble. Learn to be quiet. Talk about talk about stuff in a way that you don't have to tear nobody else down to do it because you're going to get this back each and every time. Because people are watching you as well as you watching people's feel watching and waiting for people's children to fail as well as you're sitting there and out of your mouth you said I am watching and waiting with bated breath for your children to fail. That's what you said. We're going to watch and laugh and wait for failure. Who says that? So As you're waiting with bated breath, people are waiting and watching you too. I don't know. I don't know how to, the other way to tell you at some point. You keep bringing your daughter in this because you want shot. You keep bringing her in. She doesn't want to be in it. She may have told you to keep talking about it, but as a mother, if you know in your heart, my daughter really, really don't need me talking about this. See, you gotta take it from a mother's sense. Your daughter is doing this to appease you. Talk about it, mom, because it's gonna make you happy. If you know this is not in the best interest of your daughter to even talk about her, even though she's doing this because she loves you and she says, talk about it, mama, because that's what they know. She knows what's going to help. She knows this is about you. But you don't have the decency as a mother to say, as much as my daughter has told me to come out here and talk about it, I know this is not in her best interest. I'm not going to talk about it, even though she has said I can. I know this doesn't help her. I know that she needs to get away from here. I know I don't need to mention her anymore. I need to let her go on. So maybe if I don't talk about her, and maybe she'll move on, and maybe they'll stop talking about her. Be proud of your daughter, but let her go. You don't have the decency, lady, to say as a mother, I know she told me I can come out here and talk and gloat. But I know at other times it pained her. But she's doing this for me. She's only doing it for me. When are you going to stop being so selfish? She didn't have, nobody has to tell you this. But you again don't have the ability to make decisions and say, you know what? My daughter is good. Her case is good. She's good now. She's going to be all right. I'm going to grant her this. Even though she told me not to, I can. I'm going to be a better person and just not talk about her at all anymore. And if she wants to come out here and do her, that's her. But my best bet is to let my daughter go on and try to get her life together. But you can't help that. You don't have the ability to put them first. They got to tell you to put them first. But you still don't have that instinct, that motherly know how to say, wait a minute. Even though my daughter told me I can come out here and run y'all in the hole, I know how this thing has impacted her life. She has asked me several times, begged me to leave her alone out of this stuff. But no, not you. You don't catch on. You use their weaknesses against them. And their weaknesses is trying to make you happy. Trying to fight for you on on this stuff on YouTube. You don't have that strength. You don't have that know-how to protect them. When they don't know how to protect themselves from you. At least you should have enough protection. The mother bear protection is saying, you know what, get them out of the way. Even though they're old enough to, they're not willing to because they don't know how to. Because you are the umbilical cord to their life. They don't know how to get out the way. You never taught them how to get out the way. You never taught them how to move around. Because the only thing they know how to do is get on a runaway car and stay in it and not get out of it. They don't know how to get out of their own way. They don't know how to get out of your way. You have not taught them to learn how to move around people. Don't be so in people's face confrontational wanting to throw things out. They don't have the good God common sense to know how to fall back because you never learned that common sense. You don't know how to get out of the way of traffic. You have taught them to walk into traffic thinking their bodies are impenetrable and cannot be hit. You did not tell them to duck, dive, cover, take cover. You did not teach them how to protect themselves. You taught them how to run up in things. They don't know how to take an assessment, fall back, reassign, reassess, and move accordingly. They never learned that. They never learned from you how to protect themselves. They know how to have a big mouth and call people up on them. Ain't nobody, I don't know how you did that one. I really don't know how you did that one. You taught these kids how to run up on people and not how to get out of the way. How you did that? How, as a mother, you never taught your kids the common sense of learning to take an assessment of life situations and get the hell out of the way when it's time to. Know when to fall back, know when to take cover, know when to shield yourself. They don't know how because you don't know how. And that is a problem. They go head on into traffic. And God, you know what? Only by the will and by the mercy they're surviving. Some of them have. Because you never taught them how to deal with life and people that are opposition of them. You never taught them. Only thing they know how to do is go, go, go. And if they catch a win, my God, thank you. But that's all they know. They get a win by any means necessary. Even if it means, but that is not going to sustain them health wise. They're not going to sustain them. They're going to have an uphill battle because they do not know how to navigate life. She got a win, but now the win is questionable. That's not good. When people even question your integrity, they continue to question the integrity of this young girl because of you. You have not instilled in these kids anything that could be sustainable. She got it, but you have not allowed them to learn how to navigate this life without having to be dishonest. We have watched this young lady do things that questionable. Not things that we guess, not things that I guess, things that I saw that were questionable of her integrity, of her character. And you keep pushing it forward and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You did this. And you don't know how to let go. Cut the damn umbilical cord and let them live their life. Because you are a hindrance. They can't move without you. And the thing they only know how to do is protect you, shield you. They don't even shield themselves. But you don't hear this. The only thing you can hear is me, 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 and my money. Me, and my money. Me, and my money. You will take this as, oh, she trying to uh be biased. No, I'm being real. See, the thing that you don't like is when I can point these things that make sense. And that's why you get the name calling. Because you don't know how to come back with anything else that can answer this, what I'm saying to you today. Now you'll have your daughters come out here. No, she probably won't come out right now. But they'll come out swinging for you again. Instead of going on with their life, they'll sit on this YouTube channel and they'll swing. Some people say, yeah, your kids have the right. No. At some point in time, you need to let your kids, they can protect you in things that make sense. But this YouTube channel is just talk. It's people engaging. They seriously should be having their own life and not sitting up here protecting your BS. We have watched them ask you stop talking about certain things, stop talking, but because they don't have that ability to sustain that as well, they jump right back in it as well. They're not doing good. Can I say this? They're not doing well as young adults. As adults, they're not doing well at all. You don't see it because you're getting what you want out of it. But anybody with any lick of common sense right now, your audience don't see it because they're being entertained. They're not going to ever tell you what the real deal is because they're being entertained. Because there are people over there I know got common sense enough to know that your daughters are not doing well. But they'll never say it because of their entertainment and because they're getting what they're wanting out of this. You have a lot of them that have a voice, but they are looking for something else. They're not concerned. They're invested, but they're not concerned. Am I concerned? Not really, but is it talkable? Yes. Is it something that I see? Yes. Your daughters are not well, and they're not doing well. In so many words, they have told us that they're not good. Even though you came out here and tried to whitewash it, that's Miss Amazing Life, says Naya D. That's her amazing life. And because it's amazing to her, based on her values, based on the things that she has experienced, her life that particular life will always be amazing to her because that's what she knows. She doesn't know what, in my opinion, constitute amazing. Everything is whitewashed. Everything is whitewashed because she don't want to look at it. A life of delusion. She doesn't want to look at where her kids are, where her daughters are right now in their life. That's it. And that's it, and that's where she's at. So, yes, your daughter committed a crime. Is she innocent or guilty? Hey, she still desires due process because guess what? She hasn't been arrested. She's not been arrested. So there's no due process to talk about. But it's questionable about her character for her to do what she did. It questions her, you, as a mother who comes out here and keeps saying that y'all don't need any assistance, that y'all are amazing. But based on recent events, that is not the case. But that's not, hey, that's on you. That's on you. That's on you. Right? I don't know what your pocket look like. I can care less. But a lot of things that you do out here is why your content. And you will continue to be content. She needs to realize that she's normal. She's normal, just like all of us. We here living day by day trying to survive. She doesn't get that because she doesn't have that in her. Her life has been whatever she has made it up in her mind to be, and they don't experience those things. She'll try to come out and say they have in order to, but she doesn't believe it. She doesn't believe it. She'll come out here and say they went through this and that, and then she'll lie and say everything was amazing. She'll come out here and say this happened, that happened in life. Then she'll come back and say that never happened. My life was amazing. I never experienced any of these things. I never wanted for anything. I never had any issues in life. Everybody took care of me. But then she'll come out and tell you something different later. Oh, y'all pay attention. There ain't nobody over in this sector stupid and have not heard that lady talk about she's never experienced anything. She never had this and she never had to experience this. And she always took care. Then somewhere down the line, she'll come out and say, I had this bad experience. Nobody helped me. We had tough times. We had this time. But then again, in another month or so, we never experienced anything. I don't know what that word, scarcity, whatever that word she used. She never had a bad life. Everything was great. So you don't know what you want to get out of her when it comes to her lying. Because one moment she lived the best life and never wanted for anything. The next moment they had these stuff going on in life and they had this life experience. That's when she trying to manipulate again. But she doesn't deal with reality, in my opinion, when it comes to life. Um, so we shall see. Because in my opinion, character is something that that family you lack, and unfortunately, uh, the attorney daughter continues to display behaviors that are questionable, and that's just in my opinion, and that's based not on one situation, multiple situations. When she collected money for the young lady, saying going after her, putting her picture up there and saying she's collecting a cash app for her and gave her $2. And knowing how this thing rolled, she got more than that. What she did in Jamaica, what allegedly she did with the articles that she ordered, what she done on other shows with her not paying people their tips and stuff and saying that she's going to come back and take care of this and not do it, leaving her credit card all over the place, and then waiting on them people to send them cash apps. Uh, the Christmas scam, the PI scam, the looking up people's information. All of that is doxing people, in my opinion, alleged by her sister. Her sister said that she doxed people, and she's doxed people before. All of this questions your character. All this questions your integrity, your morals, just being who you are, not even being an attorney, but even as you are as a human being. This is questionable. And you cannot make people see something. Myself, I can't speak for nobody else. I see it. And it has nothing to do with nobody else on this page. It has to do with what I've seen of you, particularly. Like, yeah, character is everything, and she definitely lacks that for an attorney. The list goes on. 100% says Diana Dixon. Diana Dixon. She needs to realize she's normal, just like all of us. They don't, Naya. So when you're out here doing what you're doing, and hopefully you will fall back. Hopefully your mother will let you go, but she don't know how to, because thank you, Justin Douglas, just gifted one. Excuse me, one membership, and Cassandra, uh, you were just gifted a membership from Douglas, just me Douglas. I appreciate just me Douglas so much. If you guys can thank Cassandra, if you're here, you might not be here, but thank you for the membership, just me Douglas. And I'm hoping you guys, hold on to him for a minute. And if not, I appreciate just me Douglas. Um, but this is where we are, guys, and this is what we're continuing to talk about. This lady over here uh, needs to let those kids move, because they don't know how to move on their own. And the only way they're going to be able to move and live a halfway decent life by this time, they're almost, one is almost 30, one is already 30, over 30. As long as they're feeling that they're obligated, your kids are not obligated. They're adult age. Yes, your kids should, not should do any damn thing. Should all over the place, right? But at some point, you got to stop using them for your battering range, for your front, your stuff that you're doing. And they're willingly doing it because of the relationship that y'all have gathered. They don't know how to let go. They don't know how to do anything different. And you won't let them do anything different. You won't encourage them to do anything different. You keep putting them out here and they allow themselves to come out here. They make choices as adults, of course, but they're doing it because of you. Because of you, lady. It's not love. Love don't work like that. That's not love. That's a weird kind of love. That's not the love. A love of a mother would say, as much as I want y'all, need y'all sometimes, I need to let y'all go away from this thing for a second. You couldn't even do that for them. Again, when they got out here and trying to destroy each other, you call it lies. No, that wasn't lies. That was hurt and pain. That wasn't lies, ma'am. You again, just for your selfish reasons, as a mother, overlooked the fact of what these girls did to each other out here. As a mother, you laugh and you said, people have these issues. No, they're not on no social media like what they did. Not saying that people have not had experiences, we have fights and arguments, but what they did to each other out here, whether you call it a lie, I say it was the truth, just based on how they put it out there. As a mother, you should have been able to detect the pain and the hurt what they were saying to each other, but you didn't have that natural ability. You did not have that natural instinct to hear the pains of your daughters. You did not have that natural instinct. You said, oh, yeah, they lied. No, they didn't lie. They expressed their pain in the way that they know how on that car. You see what I told you? They got in that car that they normally get in to with you. That car that's running out of control all over the place, head on, because they don't know how not to deal with things differently. That it didn't dawn on them because you didn't teach them that the social media platform was not the place to handle that particular business in that particular manner, because that's the way they approach life. They approach each other not as sisters, but as vowed enemies. They looked at each other as ops because that's the way you trained them. That's the way you taught them. They became each other's ops, and they came at each other with what they know. They didn't use a weapon. They used the most powerful weapon in the world, and that was their tongue. They used one of the most deadliest weapons against each other, and that was the tongue and the things that they said of each other. But no, you laughed. You thought it was cute. You thought it was funny. You didn't, that motherly instinct didn't jump in on you and say, whoa, hold up, shut this shit down right now. No, that didn't come out of you. A laugh came out of you. Run it up. Run it up. That's what came out of you. You didn't, that thing didn't jump in you. That thing didn't come off of you. That mother didn't come off of you and say, hold up, put a stop to it. Shut it down. Cut the internet off. I'm shutting all y'all off. Get off this internet now. You didn't have that in you. We know just how she was raised, because these girls and this son of hers that you called, I'm not even going to call his name because that name right there attracts certain things. And you're proud of that name. But you taught your children to go head on. Do not stop. Avoid all warning signs. Don't hit the brakes. Don't see this light. Don't see the big red banners. All they know how to do is run up into stuff and get in trouble. Okay? All you have taught them is to run into brick walls with no helmets. Run into everything, no cloaking, nothing to cover, don't know how to take cover, don't know how to take risk assessment. They don't know these things. You know how I know? Because you call people to your home. You call people out to your house to come see you. You go to the park and invite people to the park to come see you and your grandkids with your, because you got your thing on you. I'm at the park. I got my gat, but in your mind, you didn't thinking, I got kids and my grandkids are here. Why would I be calling people to the park and letting them know where I'm at to come see me? When I got, see that instinct? That grandmother instinct didn't come in either. Because you're telling people, I'm at the park with my gat, and y'all come over here. Come on, because I'll spray the park. But wait a minute. You do realize not only your kids in the park, but your grandkids are in the park. See, that didn't come off of you. Only thing you wanted to do is run up into brick walls. You went on a vacation. Your granddaughter and your little cousin was with you. You told the people where you were located, where you, your daughters, and your grandkids were located. You said, we right here, drop the ad, here we are, come see us. Nothing protective came off of you. Nothing says shield and protect. You have got them trained to run into the fire. Just run in the fire. If a fire, don't worry about getting water, putting the fire out. Just run into the fire because you're going to survive the fire. Run into the fire. And that's how they live in their life. Running into brick walls and running into fires and meeting their this. And if they make it, it's only by the grace of God. Good morning, Rita Williams. She does not demonstrate maternal instinct, none at all. DJ, Dimple J. Uh, who do that? She might. Oh, I forget that. That's what she taught them. Do your thug theezy out there. Who gonna send their child out to do thug theezy? Who gonna send their kids out to do a thug theezy? They're out there doing their thug theezy. You 51 years old. Why are you telling your? Ooh, you are just disgusting. They're out there doing their thug theezy at 51. This is what a mother is saying about her daughters and her kids. They out there doing their thug theezy. That's pathetic. And I know you listening to me early in the morning. I know you out here early this morning listening to me. And you're not going to respond to this one because it makes sense. You're going to come out here and say everything else. But you're not going to respond to anything that I say because you know it makes sense. And anybody in the sound of my voice know that you have set your daughters up to run into brick walls. They don't know how to get out of their own way. They don't know. I don't care. You can have 10,000 degrees. If you don't have the common sense to know how to get out of a way of a running a loose buggy, car, train, airplane, if you don't have enough assessments, enough discernment, enough way to say, oh, let me get out the way, they don't know how to get out of the way. They know how to hurt. And they train to hurt by you because of the way their words that they use against each other in these YouTube streets was a learned mechanism that they got. You taught that them, and they don't know how to say boundaries. Pull back. This don't make no sense. Woo, pull back. Hit the brakes on the car. Somebody slow it down. They don't have that common sense. They went in because they saw each other as ops. You have taught them to look at anything like a vicious, aggressive dog that don't know how to back off. And that's how they're approaching life. And you know what you do with vicious, aggressive dogs sometimes in the end? Yeah, think about it. She is stuck in her teenage age because her vocabulary is very teenage-like. She could never sit in a business meeting and hold a mature conversation because we do not speak in such manner. And this is also how the daughter speaks. They do not have communication skills. They lack effective communication skills. They lack the skills of being even. They just lack skills in general. Social skills, none there. None of that's there. Very manipulative. Okay, they do have that. Very gamey. They have gaminess. They have con. They have learned a lot of skills that that are I would consider uh, mm, just con-like skills. They don't have life skills. They barely have any survival skills. They do have some survival skills, but not in a way that will be sustainable in the end. They will always be hitting brick walls, running into brick walls, and based on what I've seen, they lack moral morals. The mother had instilled nothing in them at all because they will destroy each other. They will hurt and harm each other, and to a point where it's almost they did more to each other that they could have done anybody. I mean, yeah, you can come at me all kind of ways because you don't know me, but those girls destroyed each other. Y'all, you can sit here and call them lies, but man, the way both of those girls lady, the way those girls vocalize themselves and express themselves on these YouTube streets 2 months ago, man, that was nothing but pure resentment and pain and hurt over the years that they've been holding, and they let go on each other. Now you can get out here and whip your head and have everybody else believe that that's lies, man. That was not lies. Even the lady over there, the other ladies over there that call themselves whatever, they know what it was, but they will never do because guess what? It's not their That's not their job to do that. It's not my job either. But I know they know better. They'll never say they know better, but they knew better. They know what is going on. They knew it. Those girls were telling the truth. They know because they felt it. They felt it. Them there then they talk about dog walking people on the internet when they're getting dog walked in real life. Misread it to you exactly, but they don't see that. They're blind to that. They're oblivious. They are oblivious to that point because of the mother has instilled things in them that don't let them see brick walls, that don't let them see danger, don't let them be able to, based on what we have heard, these kids have been taught to walk into lines of fire, lines of brick walls, lines with lying to themselves because they think can survive any and everything. We all want to be able to survive. We all want to think we're going to survive. But if you don't heed warning signs, if you don't heed the big bright blinking signs saying stop, 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 don't no, they don't have that. She didn't teach them the skills. Oh, it's Miss Tia. Tia. Okay. Who's Miss Tia? Who I say? Oh, Miss Rita. Okay, I didn't see the R. Okay, you got T instead of R. Ooh, it's Miss Rita. Miss Rita. Okay, Miss Rita is in the house. Rita to you. I would suggest that she read Seven Habits of Highly Effective People. It may take her forever to read, but I doubt she would truly comprehend. In my opinion, ain't no read for her to read. There ain't no need for her to read if she ain't gonna comprehend it. uh, Mother Dora one, get over skills. That's what they've learned. Sydney Sassy, good morning. Um, so most definitely, hey, Gamma's World, how are you? So lacking those skills, she has not taught them. First of all, she has no motherly instinct, nurturing skills. This is why she's able to come out here and do what she does because she doesn't have those skills. She never learned them. She's not interested in learning them. And this is why she will always push them into danger. She will attract danger to them. She will try, and for her benefit, only for her needs, she will continue to put them in harm's way. And they, being who they are, as even as adults, have not learned how to get out of her way yet and get out of their own ways. They have not learned to master these skills yet. This is why you see what you see and no recognition of warnings. Okay, there's nothing they have learned other than to run up and hopefully come out of it. They have not learned master skills of integrating, learning how to move, navigate, talk to people, how to, just navigate life. They either hide from it, lie about it, and not deal with it. They don't know how to. They don't know how to read the signs. They don't know how to get out of their own way because she never taught them. She can't even get out of her own way. Good morning, Granny K. It's Gamma's World. Welcome in. It's Gamma's World. Granny K, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? But like I said, guys, I didn't come here to stay 2 hours today, and it's almost that quick. The children usually emulate what they see. They're saying monkey see, monkey do is real. Yeah, even though they're adults, they're still doing the same thing because they're very immature. Very immature. Um, they have never transitioned. The transition part never happened, in my opinion. Yes, the daughter was able to accomplish some goals that she set out, but that part, that there's a piece missing. There's a piece missing that allows her to do what she does and not even protect herself, not even get out her own way. So, yes, they're adults, but there are pieces missing within their lives that do not allow them to move forward in a healthy way. They don't know how to make friends because mama doesn't you know yeah, Drake Queen, they never learned the social skills. They sat in the house under her or was occupied with themselves, taking care of themselves. They played with themselves. Mother would come out, mama would come out here, the lady over there would come out here and say she'll lie again. Because if y'all remember, she said they stayed to themselves. Then some other time she turned around, they get along with the neighbors. Then which one is it? Either y'all got along the community or you didn't. Because one time you said y'all didn't mess with it. Y'all stayed to yourself. Y'all didn't mess with the neighbors. And then other times, oh, we got along good with the neighbors. Nah, it's so many lies that she tells. And like, I can remember her lies. She stated that they didn't mess with the neighbors. They didn't integrate it with the neighbors. They didn't mess with everybody. Everybody stayed to themselves. Then all of a sudden, oh, they have friends in the neighborhood. When either they didn't or they did. But she will lie, and you'll never know the truth. I don't believe the way. Let me tell you something. You've been in the neighborhood 13 years. That means, let's see, 13 from 27. But 6 years old, 6, 7 years old. Oh, let me see. Let me get it right. 13 years, right? 14 years. So you're 14 years old, 13 years old when they moved into the neighborhood. They were already teens when they moved into that neighborhood. It just don't factor in that the way they don't go nowhere together. There's no girls trip. 14. There is no girls trip. There is no nothing. Nothing that we would see that tell us that they have any friends. They just stick together. And that's what they know. Because you don't see real girls trips. You don't see them doing anything at that age that would indicate that they have friends. When they went on their mother's meet whatever that you want to call it, meet and greets. If you know those ladies are out of your age, why didn't you have a girlfriend come along and say we can do this together? That didn't make any sense. All right, the average age of her mother's demographic is between the ages of probably late 40s, 50s, 70s, 60s. There was no, you know how you would grab a girlfriend, hey, I'm about to go on this trip with my mom, but she going with all her older friends. Come go with me. You grab somebody. You got a girlfriend. Come on, go. You grab your boyfriend. Let's go. Whatever you got, bring a partner, and you let your mama do her thing. But they have made their mother's friends their friends. Who? I mean, look at it for real. 27 years old, 28 years old, And the only friends that you gravitate to is the mother's friends on the internet. Make it make sense. They have horrible attitudes, so it doesn't surprise that they have. Yeah, that is true. Said they don't. Their attitudes reflect that they do not They do not interact with people outside of themselves unless they have to. Their whole behavior, and that's why they feel so comfortable cursing, cursing with the adults that they curse with. There's nothing setting boundaries, right? Now, I curse like a sailor on here. I'm 60 years old when I get ready to, but I'm also mindful, like I'm in here. I know where my dad is. So if you hear me curse, my dad is nowhere near me. He's on the other side of the house, right? I'm 60 and I'm still taking into account. My dad is 85, will be 86. I am still taking into account where his location is when I'm talking. Okay? I'm still taking into account where is he? So, yeah. So you know that they were not taught these skills because she's so comfortable cursing and cussing and playing music. But these ladies that sit there and listen to that, that says a lot about them. Because I don't, at some point, why would you allow yourself to be entertained like that, playing the music she plays? Or, no. I get in my car with my niece. My niece is adjusting her music station. Okay? Out of respect. She don't have to, but out of respect, when I get in the car, she adjusts her music station. That's just natural to her. Same thing here. My dad jumps in the car. Guess what? He turns the radio station, or I'm turning it. Now he got my whole thing set up on whatever he wants to hear, right? I went into the store. He was in the car. I come back. He done got serious, set up on my car, listening to country music. Okay? You ain't lying. They have no respect for elders and excuse themselves because they were called a name. Say, it's me, G. And that's exactly right. Justice, your chat is always so informative. I love your chat dialogue. Thank you so much, Dipple Jays. I appreciate that. So it says a lot about those elders that kiss her butt and allow her to tell them what they do. Let me tell you something. I have never seen a 27-year-old be trying to run up there and tell 60-year-olds and 50-year-olds, y'all need to fall back out these chats. And they do it. And they do it. This lady, 27, 28-year-old, 28, I'm saying 28, she might be 28 this year, because I know she just turned 27 sometime last year, if I'm correct. I don't care. But anyway, I think she's 28. Um, and mom is about 53, 54. Because legally she said she was 51 after the line that saying she was 52. So I say she's 53 or 54. But anyway, they allow her to play. She plays music for them like this when you have no self control, no boundaries. Because it don't even dawn on you that even though they're listening, I would just not play the music. But they don't know that. They haven't learned their skills. They don't have they just didn't get it. They just didn't get it. They didn't get it, y'all. They didn't get it. Okay? They don't get it. They don't get it. And unfortunately, they never will. Because they're at a stage in their life right now. If you're looking for change, it's going to be a drastic 180. Okay, it has to be a drastic 180. And that means they're going to have to learn how to separate themselves and develop their own life skills and develop their own life and want to have their own life. Otherwise, this is what you're going to see on the internet. And mom's happy with it. Because mom, this is the best mom ever had. She doesn't know the relationship not there. But this is the best as long as her needs are being met. She's good. It doesn't care. She doesn't care if her daughter's needs are not met. As long as her needs are met, she good. She'll come and act like I'm the barrel best mom. I'm taking care. No, you take care of them. You're trying to take care of them like they're 3 or 4. That's what led me to believe that you did not have adult kids. Because when you speak of them, when I first heard you speaking, I had no idea that you were talking about kids over the age of 25, 25 and older. I had no idea that you were not talking about full grown adults. Because when you present them and you spoke about them, it was as if you were speaking about children under the age of 18, 17. I had no clue that you were talking about grown women, grown, grown long toothed women. I had no idea for a long time that you were talking about grown women. You were talking about them as they were kids, as they were young kids. I had no idea. They'll see themselves going in the wrong direction and keep going with them, and they will keep going. Hey, Avis, hey, the Clark family, how are you? I'm just Granny K. Uh, I see the Clark. I'm just okay. Let's help you out because you type too fast. Thank you, Granny K. Um, and if you guys hadn't, you've been here long enough, hit the subscription button. I have the 5 minute subscription. You can't speak unless you've been. You cannot come into the chat unless you've been subscribed for at least 5 minutes. That helps me. Um, so the clock trolled in. The clock did subscribe, but they were trolls. So you will have trolls that will subscribe so they can come in. And he did take the time to subscribe so he can speak. So it does limit the troll, but if you do want to come in and have something to say, you're welcome. Just hit the subscribe button, sit around for about 5 minutes, and you'll be able to come in and participate in the chat. I welcome all subscriptions. And next time you come in, if you're here more than 5 minutes today, you'll be able to participate in the chat the next time or this time. So, yeah. So that's all that is, 5 minute wait period. Hit the subscription button, wait 5 minutes, but come in and really take and say something that. But if you come in like the clock, more than likely you're going to be removed. But if you come in really wanting to participate, have something to say, whether you agree with me or disagree, we can talk about it. But you can't come in like that. That's disruptive to the chat. But you're welcome to hit the subscription button. Good morning to Wanda D. Simply Red. Good morning, Justice in chat. Apparently, they will never get it due to their ages unless they spiritually change because that is their normal. Yeah, unfortunately, is their ability to change? They have to separate themselves, in a sense, from the environment and the situation to really get effective change. But because this is ingrained in them, because this is something that they may need assistance in dealing with and knowing why they put themselves in this position, this may take some help. They may need help. Now, can they do it spiritually? Yes. Yeah, I believe that. You can call on God and ask Him to move and change your heart and change your life. Yes. Also, spiritual intervention. They gotta want it. They gotta want to do different. They gotta want to do something different. But if this is what benefits them, it has to be a reward to keep doing this. And somehow they're getting something from this. Be it the attention and the so-called whatever love their mother is giving them that she has taught them, they don't know any difference. They don't know what real support of a mother feels and look like. They only know this mother, right? They only know what they know. They don't know what a nurturing mother really would do. They don't know that a nurturing mother would throw their body in front of the train for them, right? They don't know a nurturing mother when the car starts, and I use this all the time. I don't care how old my child is, my motherly instinct goes to blocking her. If she's in that front seat with me and I hit the brakes too hard, I am leaning over, even at her age, and putting my arm across her. That's instinct. That's instinctive. That just comes to me, right? She doesn't know that. She doesn't have that instinct, and she never taught them survival instinct as a mother as well. They don't have, only thing they know how to do is get in a car, no brakes. I do the same thing, Justice. Most mothers, most parents do. They still got that protective instinct no matter how old their kids are. If they're in that front seat and they hit that brake, they're leaning over. Or they're looking, they're doing something to make sure that child's okay. Even though it's a grown adult. Okay? That's just come natural instinct. Um, and she didn't teach that and she didn't know that. That's why she can't get them out of the way. That's why they keep begging her to stop talking about them, stop talking about certain things, and she does not stop. They have to beg her to stop. And even when they tell her to do it, she still don't have any mother instinct and go, no, you know what? I know you telling me to do this, but this is not helping you, right? I know you said I can talk about this, but because this is bringing you so much, doing too much, I'm not going to do it. See, the motherly thing would have done is even though my daughter told me I could come out here and talk about it, I knew how it hurts her. I knew what it would do to her. But you don't have that instinct. You don't have that maternal love and care to say, even though you told me I could, I know this does not help you, and it has not helped you at all. Matter of fact, it's caused too many problems. So what I'm going to do is just leave you completely up out of this. And I want you to stay up out of it. I want you to go and do your thing. Don't worry about this. I got this. See, that's what a mother would do to both of her daughters that want her back. I got this. Y'all move forward. I created this. I got this. I know how to cuss them out. I can dog walk them. But your daughters are being dog walked by you. Now, every time you come out here and you come out here and dog walk somebody, just look back and see who you really dog walking. You dog walking your own kids because they're on that leash too. Look at them. You got them on a leash as well. It's called the invisible umbilical cord. You have not cut that, and you got them on leashes as well. And that's why they're stagnant right now, fighting every day. That's why they feel that they can run up on each other and run up on anybody else. Your daughters ran up on each other like they were running up against a common op, as y'all would call it. I don't like that word, but that's what they treated each other like. They treated each other like strangers. They treated each other like the vile enemy. You would think they were the worst of enemies. You created that, and you liked it. You loved it because it got you what you wanted. It got them going against you, them each other, and you in the middle. You in the middle, and you hey 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 ha 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 ha. Yeah, yeah, you used it. You thought it was cute. You thought it was funny, and it ran the bag up. You're a destroyer. When you going to get it right, lady? Hmm. But y'all, guess what? No moral compass at all, Mother Dora One. Haven't learned it, haven't won't learn it, and this will continue. But don't worry. I'm here. Naya, that's because she don't have a life. Or on here telling her lies she even done convinced herself of. Yes, she is convinced herself of the lies that she tells. This lady will tell a lie and act like she didn't say it. This lady came out here, literally lied and said she never said her daughter talked and never talked until she was 12 years old. And this lady did two videos saying that her daughter did not talk until she was 12. But this lady said everybody lied. All the content creators lied. We all heard the same videos. We all were there. We heard you say it. But yet we're lying. Mm. Just lies. The things that you will lie about. You ain't never took a shower before. But yet you were taking showers all the time. And all the time you were saying that you were taking long big bubble bath. Now a bubble bath to me means getting soaking in some bubble. You lied about that. You lied about going to the pool the other day. You were getting into the pool. You know you weren't getting into no pool. Just lie after lie after lie after lie after lie. And it don't make any sense. But it is what it is. I have seen the lawyer daughter interact with her colleagues at a function, and she was a distance away from her colleagues as if she didn't fit in. Because she probably didn't. She probably didn't. Um, the persona that she puts out here, you know this, guys, when you see people go, when you saw her. Now I can go out to dinner by myself, but I can mingle and go anywhere with people. You don't see that. You don't see that within them. You just don't see the interaction. They don't allow themselves that. They never learned that. You know, going out to dinner, but when you just living life, she went to Jamaica by herself and ended up calling somebody a scam, committing a scam. I mean, who does that? Who does that? This lady over there is socially awkward, in my opinion. Where the hell is her lady friends? She don't have any. She don't have no social skills. No social skills at all. Never learned them. And this is why you see what you see. This is why you see the daughter acts the way they do. And this is why they have no regards for anybody. They don't have no, not even each other. They don't even have it for each other. They don't have it for each other. They have no boundaries, nothing. There's nothing in between. All or none. They're all or none family. All or none. And normally it works for none. Okay? So, guys, I am pulling this to an end. I appreciate it. I wasn't going to do two, but I almost did two. And you guys hang in there. I'll be back later. And I appreciate you guys hitting that like button. If you guys hit that like button up there, hit the subscription button, guys. I appreciate it. Hit the like. Lady over there, hit the like button for me, please. Y'all hit that like button. I know you up. I know you got an earful today. You may rethink this. I don't think you're coming. And if you do, come correct. Okay? Come correct. Try to explain some things. Let's talk about it. Okay? Try to explain some things. Why are you out here bragging about everything and didn't help your daughter? Mm-hmm. That's what you need to explain. Why you out here big bragging, big talking, and waving all this stuff around and didn't help your daughter? Answer that question before you answer anything else. I'm out here, guys. I pray you all have a great day as well. You too, Dimple J. And the rest of you guys have a great day. You too as well, Warren G. I'll see y'all later. I'm